Great to catch up, Kevin. Thanks very much for your time. What we're really doing here is investigating how data and analytics are impacting businesses and in a variety of industries. And I was wondering if you could just briefly introduce yourself and your company and what you're specifically doing.
So, I'm Kevin Bailey. I'm the Principal Analyst and Director for SynergySix Degrees. We're known as SynergySix in the market. So we specifically are consultants that work in the go-to-market space. And again, specifically for cybersecurity and the adjacent markets they operate in. So we've been running for about a year now, and things are going well with all of the blips that everybody else has suffered at the beginning of 2020. Myself, my background, I worked with Robert at Symantec, and I've done go-to-market activity, product marketing and marketing activity at the likes of BA Systems, Applied Intelligence, Symantec, as I said, ClearSwift, IDC, where I've worked to before. So I've got a long background in cybersecurity, in storage and in data.
Brilliant. Thank you. Thanks for the background. It's really interesting because I think I actually took your job at some point in the past. I believe it was Symantec, or maybe I didn't really take it, but it's kind of a follow.
So that's why they asked me to leave then.
But from an abstract level, if we look at go-to-market, which I know you've got loads of experience in, one of the interesting things I've always found in the past is that I still see so many companies just go to market and launching products or services without really understanding what the principal opportunity is, if you will, how. Where to start, how to develop a proper go-to-market. And so, from your experience, have you ever seen the impact of a business that is not properly aligned to, the opportunity, if you will, and just identifies, these are the products we have, and this is what we're going to market for? Yeah,
I think, so let me address one thing first about go-to-market specifically, and I want to kill a myth here. You'll see this if you go to the SynergySix Degrees website. A go-to-market plan or strategy is not owned or executed by any one individual team. People think that go-to-market is owned by marketing or it's owned by sales. It's not. Everyone vertically from top down and horizontally across the business contributes and actions varying elements of a go-to-market strategy. So it's a company-wide initiative. It's not marketing only or sales only or product only. Everyone contributes, everyone adds value, and that's where the synergy works together, is by having everyone understand what they're dealing with, and that way they can action it together. So if we get back to the data piece of your question, I always think about this as if you were a CEO of an existing organization or a founder of a startup. Do you acquire a new product or diversify into a market without understanding if that market already exists? And for founders, any seed money or investment series that they go through, no backer is going to be confident in you unless you understand the market that you're pertaining to work in and what the returns on their investments would look like, based on revenue growth or acquisitions. So whether you are an established organization or a startup or an upstart, data is the key part for that. If you think about it, your choice for your target prospects is very wide. Even if you think you have the best technology or own substantial market share in a category, the days of, if we build it, they'll come, suddenly delivers a real sharp reality check when 6 to 12 months into your activity, you realize that you're either too early, too late, too complex, overly disruptive, offering minimal real value, and no one really knows who you are. And on the real negative side, the incumbents in that market, remember, there are very, very, very few, if no, new markets out there. They've already seeded the market with FUD in anticipation for either their release of their future innovations or they know you're coming. So don't get me wrong on this, Robert, and say that you need to get into a position of data paralysis.
Yeah.
But as we know, the only thing that is constant is change. Yeah, and we look at 2020 to see exactly what's there. So data is the foundation from which you can start to build a strong outcome. Yeah, without qualifiable data at the start, you'll always be playing a catch-up game. You'll spend unnecessary and unfounded product changes. You'll be sending salespeople into the wrong territories. You'll be wasting marketing campaigns to an audience that have no interest, don't exist, and lose deals because your pricing strategy is out of date or you don't have the right skills in the team to talk to the same language as what your target audience talks.
Yeah, and I think that's an excellent response, Gavin. I think that, it ties into what I was going to ask about in the next question, and what are sort of the top priorities you would recommend to an organization that is looking to improve their go-to-market enablement or their go-to-market strategy moving forward?
Well, number one, out of three, and like you, we could probably list loads of things, but number one, everything you do must align to your company or your product purpose. What is the industry, the people, and the issues that you're addressing? It is not your vision, not your mission, and not your strategy, because they are all internal. Visions are about big, hairy, audacious goals. Your mission to save the world, great. Or your strategy, how you're going to execute it, has no interest with your target prospects. What they want to know is, what is your company purpose? A lot of, obviously, in the market I deal with, it's about mitigating threats, advanced threats, to make sure that you protect the individual, the data, the organization, and such like. Same with a product. And it goes back to the point about startups and founders. They set their company with a purpose because they address it. Normally with technology, I worked in a blockchain company that was there to protect data using blockchain. You're there to do it for a purpose, and it is aligned to your target audience. It is not about you. It is about your clients. The second part is stay at home first. Digital opens the doors to the world. But it's always easier to operate from familiar territories. So unless you're looking for geographical diversification, choose a market where you can market, sell, and support your confidence. Especially when you're bringing in new updates to an existing product or you're bringing a new product to market. Your key customer experience pointers and objectives about giving great experience. They've got to know that you can implement, you can support, and you can continue that engagement. So it's easier to do it from a market where you're comfortable to work in, but you also have all those capabilities there. It also means that you understand who operates in those markets, both from competitors and collaborators, and co-opetition, if you want it in there, because that's the way the market's going. It's less about, one size fits all. It's about many vendors work together. So you may still think you have the only or the best product in the market, but emotional belief does not convert into revenue. It's about being factual. And I think this comes on to my last point, and it's really, really clear. I've just finished a study, qualitative study with CISOs around the world. So I spend an hour and a half with nearly 30 CISOs in the UK and the US and different parts of Europe. Be factual. Understand the real issues and make sure you have the data to understand them, and map those to your product capabilities and vice versa. You know, you won't live long if you don't do what the product says on the tin.
Right.
The CISOs I spoke with, you know, really are getting annoyed with people not delivering on what either they profess to deliver or what the product is supposed to do in the way they want it. So be factual, work from an area that you are comfortable with. You know, the rest of the world looks great, but you can collaborate to get to those. You know, you use the stay at home first, and then finally, which is the number one, make sure you align everything to your company or product purpose. Yeah,
fantastic. Thanks very much, Kevin. That was brilliant. I think we can go on for hours on this topic. There's so much to cover, but for now, brilliant. And perhaps we can continue on the conversation some other time. It'd be really good.
Yep, no problem at all. And in the traditional way of a good businessman, anybody wants to get hold of me, kevin.bailey@SynergySixD.com, and come to my website at www.SynergySixD.com.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers. Thank you.